Okay, guys, as you can see, we're continuing here with the quadratic formula. If you notice, the only difference between the problem we did in the first video and the problem we're doing now is, you see in the problem, I started mixing in negative numbers. So it's going to change a couple things. I'm still going to plug these numbers in the same way. Okay, there's just a couple little careless things you got to be careful of. Okay, so A is going to equal 1. B, you notice there's a negative there, so B is going to be -3, and C is going to be -10. So when I plug in, I got to be conscious that I'm plugging in a couple negative numbers. Right off the bat, guys, in the front of the formula, there's a negative B. Right? We said in the first video that that also means the opposite of B. So I got -3, the opposite of which would be +3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, -3 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is -10, all on top of 2a. I just followed the formula up here and put the right numbers into the right spots. Okay, my focus off the bat is going to be right in there. And there's a couple opportunities to make careless mistakes, so you got to be careful. Okay, so I got 3 plus or minus. Here's the first opportunity to make a careless mistake. You got -3 to the second power. Some people will say that's -9. Some people will say that's -6. Both of those would be incorrect answers. This is saying -3 to the second power, which means you're multiplying it by itself. And we should all know by now that a negative times a negative is a positive. -3 times -3 is +9. Here's where else you have to be careful. You got a negative there, which is built into the formula. And then you got the negative here from the -10, which was your C value. Okay, those two negatives, since you're going to end up multiplying them together, are going to make a positive. Okay, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 10 is 40. All over. Okay, I had a 2a here, that should have been a 1. 2 times 1 is 2, equals 3 plus 4 minus the square root of 9 and 40 make 49. We're almost home free here, guys. On top of 2 equals 3 plus or minus. Square root of 49 is a nice neat 7 on top of 2. Here's where we have to split it, right? Okay, so I got 3 plus 7 over 2. I'll finish that one out. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 over 2 is 5. There's one of my answers. The other answer is going to be 3 minus 7 over 2. 3 minus 7 is -4. Use your calculator if you're unsure of these. -4 divided by 2 is -2. So my two answers for these are +5 and -2. Okay, just a couple little hints here, guys. First, sets of problems that you're going to get are going to be, pretty straightforward because we're just getting our feet wet here. Some numbers you got to recognize, and you should really know these from simplifying radical practice that we've done earlier in this chapter. Okay, you got numbers like, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and 144. Those are your perfect square numbers. Okay, and they're going to be beneficial for you to remember because when you get to the part of the formula right here, okay, if it's a perfect square number, that means it's going to work out nice and neat. The square root of 49, you should know, is 7. Okay, if you had a 64 in there, the square root of 64 would be 8. If you had a 16, the square root of 16 would be 4. That's going to be big moving forward, guys. Okay, we're just starting off with this stuff. So for now, I'm going to keep them nice and neat. The numbers that you end up with inside that radical, okay, right here, nope, they should be perfect square numbers. For whatever reason, they're not. About this number right there. If for some reason that's not a perfect square number, go back and check your work because you did something wrong.